Hello everybody, welcome to my first ever video tutorial. This is going to be the tutorial for the custom house to upgrade using the current NPCs that Skyrim has provided for us. We're going to jump straight into it, so of course first thing we need to do is start up the creation kit. Now some of the ways that I've done things are probably not the best way to do things, but I'm not the most experienced person with the creation kit, so just bear with me. If you do know any better ways, I would gladly take the advice, because it is not easy to navigate. Okay, so first of all we need to load up our mod. If you haven't got a mod, then obviously you need to create one, and when you do load it, just make sure that you set it as your active file. You can do that by double right clicking the file or clicking set active file down here, and then load that. If you get any warnings like this up, as everybody just says, just yes to all to them. Okay, so as you can see we're fully loaded, and the first thing we need to do is in our filters we want to type in HD Solitude. Nothing will appear just yet, but we need to click the all, and here you'll see we've got various different upgrades for the Solitude house that the NPC will present us. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a copy of Alchemy. So if you right click and click duplicate, you may see it appear, you may not. There seems to be a couple of bugs, so what we need to do just to make that new copy appear is put an A at the end for Alchemy. And you'll see here we've got HD Solitude Alchemy copy 0000. So right click this, edit, and we're going to call it basement. I'm making a basement, you might not be, so you can name this to whichever you want as long as you remember what it is. And I'm also going to change the value to 1500. Now it's going to ask us if we want to create a new form. We don't want to create a new form. And then just yes that. Okay, so that's the main form done. This is where everything will link into. You'll see that more as we go into the script. So the next step is to start editing some of our dialogue. So what we want to do is go to the filter again, and what we want to type in is house purchase. And you'll see the house purchase, the yellow question mark indicates this is a quest. All upgrades do come under the quest, they're just not an essential part of it. So double click this and we'll get the quest editing interface up. It looks daunting at first, but we're only going to edit a couple of things here. So the first thing you'll see is text display here. We need to add our HD marker that we just created. So right click this area, anyone doesn't matter, and just click new. And you'll get a huge list of different ones we can choose from, but we're just going to type in HD Solitude Basement and double click that, and that will have added it to our text display. Next thing we need to do is we need to go into dialog views. Now here you'll see House Whiterun, House Riften. This is for purchasing, so we don't need to worry about that. What we want is decorate Solitude view. Now I've selected the wrong thing here. I didn't mean to go into dialogue, I meant to go into player dialogue, sorry. And you'll see here that we've got, if I expand that a little bit, decorate Solitude view branch 1. This is where most of our dialogue is going to come into play. So you can see here we've got alchemy bedroom, enchanting garden, living room, blah blah blah. So we're going to create our own one. We're going to click new topic, and we're going to call this one Great Solitude Basement, and we'll have blank topic, blank info, blank everything. So what we're going to do for time's sake is we're going to just copy this text up here from the Alchemy Laboratory, go back to our basement and paste that in and call this basement. Okay, so you'll see here that we don't have anything here at the moment. We're going to leave this for now because we need to create an XMarker to reference to. So what I'm going to do is just OK this window, and you'll see just here we've got a cell view. Now world space needs to be set to interiors, and what we're going to do is just click on any one of them and type in Solitude if I get it right myself, Solitude Proud Spire. And you'll see it comes up highlighted here. So we're just going to double click that. Yes through any errors, because, and then we're going to have it loaded in our rendering view. So what we need to do is zoom out a bit and then move our cameras downwards, and you'll see here we've got a bunch of these X markers here. Now if you click one of them, you'll see a lot of blue lines going to a lot of objects inside the house. Now each of these lines is linked to an object that either hides or shows itself when you purchase an upgrade. So for example, this one, if you look down here, is the Solitude Decorate Bedroom. So what we're going to do is duplicate one of these. So we'll do the M1 for now, and press Ctrl D to duplicate, and just move it out of the way so it's not overlapping. And we're going to rename this one. So right click and edit, and we're going to rename it from kitchen to basement. We don't need to change anything else for now, so let's just OK that. It's going to ask us do we want to create a new form. Click no, and it's going to ask us if we're sure. Yes. Okay, so that's our X marker created. So if we now need to go back into the house purchase quest. So double click house purchase and go into player dialog. Go into decorate solitude and get our basement up, and we're going to right click here and create a new response. And we're going to have a small response window come up first. Now we don't want this window, so just cancel that. Now we can see here we've got the main quest window, main dialog window, and instead of having to fill out the response text, instead of having to record a blank audio file, we're going to use information the NPC already has. So he's going to have dialogue, he's going to have a voice, and he's going to have text. So you'll see here we've got shared response data from info. Click that, and we want to type in player house decorate broke. You'll see it down here. Just click that and you'll see it's automatically filled in some information for us. Now this is all good, but we need to set some conditions so that he knows if we've got the right amount of gold. So what we need to do is just right click in our conditions window and click new. Now we're going to create 5 of these, so it's going to be a bit of a time taking process. So the first one we need to create is get in cell. You could just type it in, it will come up, and click invalid, and we need to set this parameter to solitude blue palace and click OK. We don't need to change anything else for now, so OK that. Then we're going to create another one, click new. This one's going to be called get in faction. Once again click invalid, and this is going to be called job steward faction, and click OK on that, and just OK that as well. We're going to create another one. This one's going to be called get VM quest variable. This has got 2 parameters we have to set. The first one is house purchase, because we're working within the house purchase script, and the second one is going to be solitude house. So just OK that, and then we need to change the comparison to more than or equals to, and OK that one. Just 2 more to go. These are a bit different, so we click new on this one. Now this is going to be called get item count, and then once again click invalid, and we're going to look for gold, as we want it to take gold away from us, or check our gold. And then the comparison is going to be less than, so if we have less than the right amount of gold, this gets triggered. And what we need to do is click use global, and we're going to reference our form that we created earlier. So HD solitude, it's not going to be alchemy, it's going to be HD solitude basement, and we need to change our run on, because we don't want it to run on the subject, which is the NPC, we want it to run on our player. So click reference and then click select, and cell should be set to any, reference needs to be set to player. This might take a little bit to load because it is a large list. So we'll see here we've got player ref player, that's what we want, and just OK that. And then we just OK this, we don't need to change anything else. And we need to create one more condition. This one is going to be called get disabled. We're not going to change the none parameter here. We're not going to change anything apart from our run on, and we want this to run on another reference. So click that. Sorry, pink. And this one is going to be set to reference. So what we want to do is click select. Now this is going to be a little bit different because we can see the reference in our render window. So what we're going to do is hit select reference in render window and double click the X marker here. And you see it's automatically filled out the information for us. So we just OK that. And then we don't need to change anything else, we just OK that. And that is our response for not having enough gold. So we just OK that. So as you can see, it's added it here. And what we'll do next is we're going to create the action. Okay, and to do that, what we need to do is if we right click the one we created up here, and we're going to make a copy of it, then double click the copy. What we need to do is we're going to change the shared response data from info. We're going to change it from broke and set it to sold, and you'll see that the response text changes. We also need to go into this condition, get item count condition, double click it and change that to more than or equals to, and click OK. Now the next part we need to do is a little bit more difficult. We have to create a script for this. So you'll see there's some code I've pasted down below. I'm just going to show you how we're going to do this. So if you click add, and you'll see here that we've got add script to, and then we've got numbers and letters. We need to create that, so new script, and we're going to go and call it 01, if my text wants to type. We're going to call it TIF underscore underscore 01004 EBA. Now your script number is going to be different, just make sure you put your script number in here and not mine. And we're just going to click OK, and that will create our script. So what we need to do now is right click our script and click edit source, and you can have this window come up. Now you want to paste in there the script that I provided in the forum, and you'll see there's one bit here that we need to change. We've got script name, and this needs to be changed to our script name up here. So I'm going to call it TIF underscore underscore 01004 EBA, and then you're just going to hit file and save, and as long as there isn't any issues it will say compilation succeeded, and let's just close that. So we're going to go into the properties, and you're going to see that these have been filled out for us, but we need to change their values. So what we need to do is click decorate marker and click edit value, and we're going to do the same as before. We're going to pick reference in render window and double click our X marker. And if you look back here, you'll see that it's automatically been filled out. So we just want to OK that. Well, no, sorry, don't OK that. We need to change gold. So we click edit value, type in gold 001, and then we go to gold amount, click edit value and type in 1500 as we did before. And the last one we've got is HD Solitude Basement. Now this one we're going to set it to itself, so HD Solitude Basement. And once they're all set, you just hit OK. So the last thing we have to do is the proprietors fragment. Now you'll see in the forums here that I've put the code that we need to put in there. So just copy that and place that over in the end and hit compile. And if everything goes OK, you won't get any errors, nothing will come up. So we're almost finished with our dialog. All we need to do now is link it to the main branch. So what we need to do is up here we've got link to, want to hit invisible continue, and right click and add link. Now there's going to be a lot of different ones here. What we want to find is Solitude View Branch 1 and just double click that and hit OK to close out of this dialog. And we need to add it to a couple of others as well. So we need to go to Decorate Solitude Else and go into the dialog here, and you'll see here we've got a list of different upgrades that we can do. So we need to right click and add link, and we have to find our basement that we created. So for me it's there. Just double click that and then OK. And then in the view branch itself there's another one here. We have to go into that. Once again right click, add link, and decorate solitude basement and OK that. And that is our dialog completely done. So we can just OK the main dialog window, and we should just have our rendering window that we need to fix. Now what we've got is the XMarker, and I want my basement to I want the door to my basement to become visible once we've brought it. So what we're going to do is we're going to find my door, which I have, well, it's not exactly a door, it's more of a wall, and just scroll down to it here. My rubbish controls. And what I'm doing for a door is I'm just going to use this wall and hide it, because behind there is my entrance. So what we need to do, and you can do this with any object, is we're going to right click and hit edit, and we're going to go into the enable parent, and we need to set that parent to our XMarker. Now I'm not confident with my control, so I'm not going to try and select it from reference window. I'm going to just type in my cell Solitude Proud Spire Manor, and then I'm just going to scroll down to the XMarkers and select basement. Now if I link this at the moment, it would disappear in game straight away because our XMarker is disabled and our objects always take on our parent's attributes. So what we need to do is set enable state to opposite of parent, and what this will do will make sure the wall's always here until we purchase our upgrade. So we just OK that, and you'll see that there's a link line that goes all the way off to your XMarker now, and the last thing left to do is to save our mod and to test it. So hit save, and I'll see you in game.